Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 256. All-Dork lineup continued. So if you were on earlier, we had Baseball History Dork on at 9 p.m. And now we are going to come on and talk about the news and stuff from around the league and some trivia to end it up. So I'm Nick, and we have Harrison joining us from sunny Florida. Well, at least I hope it's sunny. How you doing, Harrison?
It was 87 degrees, relatively low humidity and pretty nice today, so no complaints.
Dang. Then you went to Universal today with the kids. How was that?
Yeah, Universal Day with the kids, that was a fun time. A little Velocicoaster, Harry Potter World, all kinds of good stuff. So
Nice.
I enjoyed myself a crusty burger for lunch, Nick. You'll appreciate that.
Oh, that is incredible. That is awesome. All right. So we're just going to dive right into this. And here we go. So it's 9/11 today. Never forget the sacrifices and everything that, first responders, the people in the building that we lost. But out of it brought some pretty iconic baseball moments. And it's from the Mike Piazza home run, the George Bush first pitch. I mean, George Bush even came out and said like that was the most nervous he had ever been during his presidency was delivering that first pitch at Yankee Stadium. And he threw a heater right down the middle. It was one of the best first pitches I've ever seen.
It was an epic moment, and it really was. It was amazing how much like the world needed baseball to begin to heal and go back to some sense of normalcy. But the American flags, the FDNY hats, the first pitches, it was all pretty epic.
Yeah, the Mets and Yankees are wearing first responder hats tonight in the baseball games that they played in. Um, it's hard to believe that it was that long ago, though. I mean, 23 years ago already, like crazy. 24, absolutely insane.
Well, no, it feels like yesterday. Like I can remember exactly where I was the moment it happened. Walking into one of my high school history classes, and watching the second plane hit on TV, and it was the wildest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was absolutely wild. And the best thing about this that's come out of it, I think, is after the events of the last couple days that everybody is now aware of, is that baseball brought unity and the country stood up together. We were all one. We are very divisive right now, but baseball brought us back. We all rallied together, no matter what our thoughts and beliefs were. But baseball brought us together, and that's what I miss the most.
No, I mean those were literally some of the best days. I mean, as sad as it is to say, those were some of the best days afterwards, when everybody came together, and it was about more than just who you rooted for and what what side you supported. It was
Yeah,
just about a coming together of sorts, and yeah, and you can't ignore what happened on September 10th of this year and what we're dealing with now in terms of the fallout there, and just the I never I mean I was at Magic Kingdom in Disney World when the news broke, and you should have seen the people around me grabbing phones, and there's chatter in lines. I'm in line with my daughter, the little one, to go on the people mover, and there's all this talk, and I had to explain to my kids what's going on, and it's not a conversation I ever expected to have.
yeah, yeah. It's terrible, but if baseball does one thing, it puts our beliefs aside and it lets us celebrate the game for what it is and the game we all love. No matter what you believe in, what your opinions are, baseball is constant. Baseball's always going to be there. It's always going to bring people together. So crazy, but I just can't believe all of that happened already, like 24 years ago. It just blows my mind.
I know when we drop these stats around like when something happened, and it was Cal Ripken's 30th anniversary of the streak, and now it's I just feel older and older every time we hit one of these milestones.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get into the baseball news for real. Here we got Anthony Rizzo retires. We got three-time All-Star, four-time Gold Glove, one-time Platinum Glove, one-time Silver Slugger, one-time Roberto Clemente Award winner, and obviously the 2016 World Series trophy to end the Chicago Cubs drought. What an absolute amazing career. Um, Selfishly, wish he stayed at Boston Red Sox. Came up in the organization there, but shipped him out. Um, but man, what an amazing guy! What a great ambassador for the game, and a nice little career to boot. So
Well, and let's not forget the cancer scare he had in the minor leagues that
that's right.
had almost derailed his career, and he fought through that, rehabbed, and came back stronger than ever.
That's right. I completely forgot about that. But I mean, we're looking at a guy 303 career homers, 261 average, 965 RBIs, 72 bags stolen. All right. Okay. Got some wheels there. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
not a guy known for his speed, but he could steal a few.
for a first baseman, man, that's elite speed. But
I mean, it is. It
yeah,
is.
but you know what? Like, I mean, obviously not Hall of Famer here. Not quite, but I mean, just an absolute, I mean, incredible career out of this guy and a lot of
Well,
fun to watch.
and a gamer. You know, he showed up every day. He gave you everything he had. Yeah, he had some injury issues. Yeah, he had some performance issues at times, but great personality, great amount of respect around the league. Gave you everything he had, even when it wasn't a lot. And a guy that I don't think I've ever heard anybody say a bad word about.
No, no, and he's got one career strikeout against a future Hall of Famer himself, as he struck out Freddie Freeman back when Freeman was still with the Braves. That was such an awesome moment, and I love when MLB The Show released his reliever card the week after that. It was incredible.
Yeah, one of the best clips of all time. That when he's chasing Freddie down, he's going Frederick, as he's
Yeah,
chasing him back to second base. I mean,
yeah,
those guys
so
were
good.
epic.
Yeah, so good. So congrats to Anthony Rizzo on an incredible career. It was a lot of fun watching him, and another guy that we've seen all the way through. So as we keep bringing up our age, like a guy that we've
Yeah.
seen come up and finish their
Yep.
careers is pretty
Well,
awesome.
and a guy that I really thought would get a call this year, and maybe he did, and said no thanks, he wasn't ready to come back. But a guy that I thought might have one more season in him. Certainly wanted to, I think, bounce back from how he ended it in New York. But
Yeah,
either way, I mean, good little career. Nice to see him go out on his own terms.
yeah,
He was in the house the other night in the ballpark and got a nice round of applause. So definitely a guy that maybe isn't a Hall of Famer, but a guy that we'll all talk about having watched play.
absolutely. All right, Kyle Schwarber joins Ryan Howard as the only two Phillies to hit 50 home runs in a season. Um, I mean, this dude has just been power ever since he's broken into the league. And we throw stat lines around all the time just because they're so weird and ridiculous. But I mean, this guy is just a power hitting machine. Now, what do we think he's NL MVP? Do we think he's sniffing the MVP at this point?
I mean, I think he's going to get some consideration, but I don't. I think it's a one horse race and has been all year. As long as Shohei shows up and hits some home runs, it's his award to win. And that's a sad statement to make, but I think that's where we're at. So I think Schwarber will get some consideration. I do not think he'll win MVP. But I saw an interesting stat earlier, Nick, and I haven't had a chance to fact check it because I wasn't around. But from what I read, there has never been a 50 home run hitter in baseball history to hit less than 260 in a season. And right now we have two guys in Cal Raleigh and Kyle Schwarber who are both hitting less than 260 with 50 bombs.
Huh.
I
I'll have to look at that.
we'll have to fact check that on StatHead. But that was something I read today that blew me away.
Yeah, because I mean, Dave Kingman's years, he would, I would think, be the only one to rival that possibly. If he even got to 50 home run, he never got to 50 home runs. So there's that. He only got to 48 was his high. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
So we'll have to do a little research after the show, kind of offline to verify that. But if that's the case, we could actually see two guys break that trend in the same season.
yeah, that's crazy. That's insane. 260, two guys. Wow. All right, let's get into Connolly Early's MLB debut. So here's our weekly Red Sox check-in here. Dustin May goes on the IL. Maybe I
In
that's a
air
quote.
quotes.
Yeah, that's a air
Yeah.
quote.
What was my comment to you? Is he actually hurt, or does he suck just
Yeah,
badly enough they don't want him to pitch
yeah,
anymore?
yeah, right. Yeah, Tommy Schwarber for NL MVP. I'm on your wagon, buddy. I'd love to see it, but yeah,
No,
the
and I totally agree. I'd love to see Schwarber get consideration. I'd love to see Schwarber win it, but I feel like we live in a world where unless you can you know, go for like a 70-70 season, they're just going to automatically give it to Shohei.
yeah. So we got back to the Red Sox. Connolly Early comes up, MLB debut in Oakland, which is a hitter-friendly park, and shuts them down here. So 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, no runs, 11 Ks ties the team record, and only 1 walk. So that is what you want to see in a major league debut. Is not necessarily the strikeouts. You want to see the walk total around 0 to 1. You could even live with 2. But the fact that we had control, we had swing and miss stuff, and scattered 5 hits, absolutely. And he was dominant in that start. And I was lucky to watch every single pitch of his. It was an impressive start for sure.
Yeah, and he didn't hurt himself. He minimized the damage. He didn't pile on. He didn't allow a hit to compound with a walk to then let an inning get away. He didn't have the blow up innings. For a young guy, that's what you're worried about is when he gives up a hit, how does he come back? If he does walk somebody, can he get the next guy? Can he avoid the compounding or that blow up inning? And he did. Every time he gave up a hit, he kind of dug back in and got the next guy, and
Yeah.
showed a lot of grit and some incredible stuff.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely impressive. So I'm hoping this could be a plug in the rotation for the playoffs because I mean, your first couple rounds, you might be able to get away with a 3-man rotation, and you have Crochet, you have Giolito, and you have Bayo. Now, when you start getting into the longer series, that's when you're going to need that 4th starter. Is it going to be him, or is it going to be Peyton Tolley?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Tolley had a rough one last time out. Again, a guy who's very green. I think that the good thing is you've got 2 capable young lefties that could go out there and fill that spot. Um, Again, this is Conley's first start, so let's see a second one. You said same thing with Tolley. Tolley had a great first start, then a terrible second one.
It's true. Good
Let's give
point.
this kid another start. There's enough time here where they're each going to get a couple more potentially, and see what you have. But I read a headline yesterday where there's some people that believe the Red Sox may have pulled the trigger a little bit too early on Walker Buehler, where at a minimum he would have been depth into the playoffs. But I tend to disagree with that because even if you had hung on to him as depth, there's no way you were going to start him in the playoffs. There's just no way you had the confidence to hand him the ball in a game you had to win. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying you have more confidence in Connolly Early or Peyton Tolley, but at least you feel like they might give you a shot. Where I think we all knew Bueller wouldn't.
Yeah, Bueller, no shot at all to get hitters out consistently. We saw it all year. So I think it's gonna be one of these two, and I mean possibly even both make the postseason roster and they fill that 4 spot. But I think a lot's gonna depend, like you kind of said, is what these next starts look like. Can they make the adjustments this quick with 3 weeks left? I don't know.
And what I would say is when you're building a playoff roster, don't ever overlook the importance of that long man out of the bullpen. When
Yes.
you have a starter that goes an inning and a third and has a rough go, you need somebody who can come in and give you 4 or 5 lockdown innings to let you claw your way back into a game. And that may be a role one of these guys can play, because that is such a valuable role. And we've seen that with every team that made a run to the World Series. They had that one guy who could come in when the wheels fell off and keep them in it long enough to give them a shot to come back.
Yep. Absolutely. So to go back real quick to the Kyle Schwarber and Cal Raleigh. Kyle Schwarber is at 241. Cal Raleigh is also at 241. The next highest, lowest We got Andrew Jones hit 263. That hit 51. Pete Alonso hit 260 when he hit 53. Those
Okay.
are, and then Jose Batista hit 260 when he hit 54. And those are your lowest totals by batting average.
So yeah, so that's actually a legitimate stat that nobody's ever hit 50 home runs with a batting average less than 260, and we're gonna have two guys do it this year.
It's crazy.
I mean,
Crazy.
but that just shows you how much the game has changed. Like when people don't consider Andrew Jones a Hall of Famer because of his average. If he played today, he'd be right in the thick of it.
Oh yeah,
So
1,000%. Yep.
it's
But
crazy.
yeah, yeah, I know we're kind of jumping back and forth here, but yeah, Lester did in 2016 for the Cubs. I mean, Randy Johnson came out of the bullpen for the Diamondbacks. I know it was a little bit different there, but yeah, I think the Red Sox do have these two guys could give you a little bit of flexibility there. If one could fill out that 4 spot, or both could end up in the bullpen and you spot start them. I don't know. We'll see if the Red Sox even get past the first round, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, look at how valuable that bullpen was to the Dodgers run last year. If that's ever a case study
Yeah.
in having that depth and that structure.
Yep. Absolutely. So, all right. Thought this was kind of funny. I wanted to throw this in here. Dylan Cruz received a phone call from the bullpen. So he hits his home run. He gets back to the dugout, and the phone is ringing off the hook. And the coach picks it up and then hands it directly to Dylan Cruz. I don't know what was said on the phone call, but the bullpen must have given it to him because he did not acknowledge. I spelled acknowledge wrong. You're welcome. The bullpen on his home run. Like you see all the guys like point out to the bullpen now, or like give him a salute or some sort of acknowledgement to the bullpen. And he didn't. So the bullpen called and let him know. The best part of this was in the victory line. In the victory line, they all like gave him a shoulder on the way by. They all like brushed him on the way by.
Nice.
But yeah, pretty funny moment there. And that's the kind of stuff that like I was talking to Forrest about earlier was like these guys still need to have fun. I think it's important for a team to be loose and have fun, and like it was an honest mistake, right? And the guys just ran with it, and that's the type of fun that I want to see on teams. Now, I mean, the Nationals aren't playing for anything, so that probably helps keep it light. But absolutely love that moment. It's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, it's a nice reminder that it's still a game. These are grown men playing a kid's game, and it's fun. And I know some fans will be like, "Well, you're not winning. Why are you having a good time?" This is a 162 game grind.
Yeah.
And yeah, they get paid a bajillion dollars in some cases to do it. And yeah, they live a life that we all wish we could live. And yes, they've got immense talent, blah, blah, blah. But it's still a freaking game, man.
Right.
And seeing these guys have fun with it, I think if anything, I think that helps kids see the fact that you don't have to always take it so serious. It is just a game.
Yep. Yeah. And Michael says that it needs to be a game and have fun. If it's work, they will tune out and not care. Yeah. 1,000% with you. Yep. Absolutely. But it was a pretty cool story. I loved it. All right. So that's, I mean, just pretty quick news this week. I mean, it's been kind of quiet on the news front. I mean, there's a few other things, but didn't want to really throw it in. But I do have some MLB trivia for you and everybody in the chat. So buckle up. Here we go. I know you're on vacation, Brain, so good luck. All right. Here we go.
It's all good. We'll make it work.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so here we go. The first one. Who is missing from the top 4 list of most home runs from 1920 to 1929? We have Babe Ruth at 467. We have Rogers Hornsby at 250. We have Cy Williams at 202. And we have this guy at 190. So you think about Giants, lefty, Hall of Famer. I mean, his entire career was with the Giants.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I know who it is, and I am not getting the name out. Um,
Not Lou
uh,
Gehrig. Lou Gehrig's a good guess.
it's like Wilson.
No, it's not Wilson. He's got one of the shortest names in MLB history.
Oh, so I was going last name. Sorry. Oh boy.
Let's see. We've got 511 career home runs played from 26 to 47. Like I said, all with the New York Giants.
This is I can
Yes, it
picture him.
is. It is Mel Ott. It's Mel Ott. Oh no, Ken Williams. Goodness, I was giving you the wrong one.
I was gonna say, wait a
It's
second.
Ken Williams. It is
It's like,
Ken Williams. Goodness. My bad. Holy smokes. I'm on vacation brain. Ken Williams. Yes, my bad. Holy smokes. That's terrible. So we'll scratch that one from the record.
yeah.
Yep.
I was like, wait a second. I don't think that's
Holy
the right
cow.
answer.
It isn't the right answer. You're right. Yes, it was yeah. Ken Williams. My bad. Yikes. Amateur hour. My bad, Michael. I led you down the wrong path. I even have the answers in front of me. Brutal. Brutal. All right.
Just
We'll forget that one.
proof that we can't all be that perfect all the time, Nick.
Holy cow. That's bad. All right. Let's just move on here. All right. Who is missing from the top four list? Who is missing from the top four list of most home runs from 1930 to 1939? We have Jimmy Fox at 415, Lou Gehrig at 347. We have this guy at 308, and we have Wally Berger at 241.
Good old Wally Berger. You think about it. That's a 10-year period back in the dead ball era. That's a lot of home runs.
Yes.
Yeah, these guys are averaging, in Jimmy Fox's case, over 40 a year, but I mean, still 24 home runs a year back then was a lot.
It was. Yeah. No, this one is not Mel Ott, Michael. Sorry. This one is not. This guy was on Nostalgic. Yeah, I am sure. This guy was on Nostalgic Baseball Geezers top lists, like towards the top.
Boy.
St. Louis, the Giants, and the Yankees. Oh, Michael says dead ball era ended in the 20s, so home runs started to go up here a little bit in the 30s.
Oh, it's right. You're in the transition period. So yeah, you did see it start to pick up.
But this guy is also a Hall of Famer, 10-time All-Star, 5 World Series, a batting title in 1939. I know that really helps you out. But he is a first baseman. Any guesses in the chat? Help Harrison out.
I thought this one was Mel Ott.
No, this one is not. Unless I am all jacked up, which I could be right now. It is Mel Ott. My God, dude, it is. My notes are all jacked up.
Oh no.
Right. I'm good now. I'm set. This one is Mel Ott, Michael, so you were right. I need a hard reset or something. My goodness, you were right.
Or a hard seltzer, something.
Goodness. All right, now legit, I should be good. My God, this is embarrassing. All right. Who is missing from this top four list of most home runs from 1940 to 1949? Ted Williams at 234. This guy, 217. Bill Nicholson at 211. Rudy York at 189. Now, everything I just said on that last question is true for this guy.
Well, it has to be the effects of the war because your home run totals are so much lower in the decade following as as things are getting better for hitters.
Yeah. No, it's not Hank Greenberg.
Oh, that's a really good guess.
No. Not Lazary. But this guy was on Nostalgic Baseball Geezer's list, top players. Loves this guy. He mentions him a lot. And a lot of his
okay.
posts.
I know who this is then.
It's not Musial. That's a good guess too.
Yep. It's an M though, right?
It is an M.
Yeah, okay. I know who this is.
I hope. Yeah.
It may or may not be an M.
Yeah. Yeah. St. Louis, the Giants. And then Yankees.
All right, I'll give Chad another few moments, and then I'll answer because I know this one because Forrest loves this guy.
Yeah, Forrest and Justin, for sure.
Yep.
All right, this one is Johnny
Mize.
Yeah,
Johnny Mize.
Sure. Yeah, Johnny Mize is the correct answer. For once, got it right this time.
Because I'm pretty sure did Justin have him ranked way up the list?
Yeah, it was quite a ways. I can't remember exactly what number, but he was up there quite a bit. So
great player, no doubt about that. But
yeah. All right. Who is missing from the top 4 list of most home runs from 1950 to 1959? We got Duke Snider, 326. We have this guy, 310. We have Eddie Matthews at 299. Mickey Mantle at 280.
Yeah.
Remember, colors are always a hint, and unless I'm giving you hints to the wrong guys.
Yeah, so this blue has got to be I mean, in that era, it's got to be Dodgers, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's not Mays.
This has got to be Dodgers, and it's got to be. See, this is where the cutoffs always get me. Is how many years? What's the overlap?
He played from 43 to 63. He was with Brooklyn, then switched over to LA Dodgers before ending his career with the Mets in the last 2 years.
Oh, okay, interesting. So long time Dodger, short termer Met at the end.
Yep. Also military service. It is Gil Hodges. Yes. It's Gil Hodges.
Only name I could come up with in that era.
Yep. Gil Hodges is correct for sure. All right. Duke Snider and then Duke Snider for second. I mean, good guess.
I mean,
it's funny.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yep. That was almost like my Dexter Fowler one a few weeks ago. Oh, Michael just got it. Gil Hodges, yeah. And then Dave the Fish got it too. Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
Gil Hodges. Nice. All right. People, man. All right. Next one. Who is missing from the top 4 list of most home runs from 1960 to 1969? This guy with 393. Hank Aaron, 375. Willie Mays, 350. Frank Robinson, 316.
I'm almost positive just from the silhouette, I can tell you who this is.
Yeah.
Pretty sure this is the guy who won a number of those home run derby shows.
Back in the day.
I used to love those shows on classic sports.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely know who this is.
Oh yes. Yeah, I feel like the stiff front leg and that follow through for that era was all this guy.
Yep. So Harrison knows. Anybody in the chat know this one?
We'll give Chad a minute, then I'll answer.
Yeah.
That's quite the group of power hitters though in that 10-year span. Holy cow!
Yeah, right. Not Frank Howard. It's a good guess. Not Frank
Oh, that's a
Howard.
good one.
But yeah, to be leading Aaron Mays and Robinson in
Yeah,
that 10-year stretch is pretty crazy. I mean, this will probably give it away, but think Twins.
I say this is
I
John Carter
mean,
and Forrest part of the world.
yeah. The seat that he hit is in the middle of the Mall of America.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yep. Yeah.
All
One
right,
of my residents.
I'm giving it's Harmon Killebrew.
It is Harmon Killebrew, and that's exactly what Michael just came in with. It is
Nice.
Harmon Killebrew for sure. Nice. All right. Here is the next one. Who is missing from this top 4 list of most home runs from 1970 to 1979? Willie Stargell with 296, Reggie Jackson with 292, Johnny Bench with 290, and this guy with 280. Yes, Dave the Fish. It was Harmon Killebrew. Yep, nice.
Yep. So my gut reaction is Schmidt, but he didn't play all of the 70s. He played most of.
Yeah, it's not Schmidt. I do have a clue, but the clue would probably give it away. He played from 68 to 81, mostly with the Giants, then kind of bounced around. 75 with the Yankees, 76, 77 with the Angels, then White Sox, Texas, Cleveland, St. Louis, and Cubs to end his career.
Oh, he bounced around quite a bit.
1981. Not Chicken Legs McGee. Good guess, but not him.
Is this shallow pockets or is this deep pockets?
I think you could get him, and his son might actually be on one of these lists coming up here in the next couple decades.
Oh, it's Bobby Bonds.
It is Bobby Bonds, yes, for sure. Yep, I knew
Yep.
that would give it away. It is Bobby
Yep.
Bonds for sure. All right.
I don't think a lot about Bobby Bonds as much of a power hitter in his day, but he was.
Yep, absolutely. All right, here's the next one. Who's missing from the top 4 list of most home runs from 1980 to 1989? Here's your Mike Schmidt at 313, Blank with 308, Eddie Murray with 274, Dwight Evans with 256.
Well, that's an interesting one. Because all the names I think of that era are sitting right there. Schmidt, Murray, Evans.
This is a guy, his name has been brought up a lot recently as should be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, is this Dale Murphy?
It is Dale Murphy for sure. Yep.
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 Yeah, that's
Dale
one that
Murphy.
should jump right out.
Yep. Ooh, Dawson's a good guess. Wasn't Dawson? That's a good guess, Indy. Not quite. Or Carl Yastrzemski, not a bad guess. But Winfield's another good guess. Nope. It was Dale Murphy. Yep, got it. All right. This one, absolute layup in this one. So let me finish reading the question before we get there. Who is missing from the top 4 list of most home runs from 1990 to 1999? Mark McGwire with 405. This guy with 382. Barry Bonds with 361. Albert Bell with 351.
If I ever got this question wrong, Nick, I would hope you'd be looking for a new co-host.
And
I mean,
yeah,
just the silhouette alone gives it away.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it ain't iffy if it's Griffey. And yeah, I had one just like this earlier, like a couple weeks ago, but I blanked out Albert Bell. So
yeah,
kind of seeing who's paying attention. But I mean, this one, yeah, absolute layup. Ken Griffey Jr. is absolutely correct. I mean, I think he was an all right ball player in his day, but
Yeah, I
all
mean
right.
he was okay if you're into crazy catches, great throws, and lots of home runs.
Yeah, yeah, and speed for
Yeah, a little bit
sure.
of that.
All right, here is the next one. Who is missing from the top 4 list of most home runs from 2000 to 2009? This is a staggering number. 435 for Alex Rodriguez, 368 for Jim
Wow.
Thome, 366 for Albert Pujols, and this guy with 348. You should definitely know this silhouette too. Yes.
Yeah, I mean all I can picture is the home run he hit where he took his batting gloves off before he left the or undid his batting gloves before he left the box.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a Manny being Manny for sure.
Yep.
Manny Ramirez. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Still, that home run where he undoes his batting gloves before he even nukes the batter's box is like one of the most ice cold reactions.
Yes. Harrison, are you being held against your will somewhere? Blink if the answer is yes.
No, I'm trying to let the traffic go by so you guys aren't hearing all the background noise.
Oh yeah, we heard one F-bomb earlier already, so it's fine.
Oh, did you pick that one up? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did. I was like, oh goodness. All right.
I love when people just walk by swearing up a storm at a
Yep.
family resort. It's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it is absolutely
stay classy, vacationers.
Yeah, right. So yeah, nice job with that one, guys. Manny. All right. Here we go. Last decade question, and then I have 5 legit questions to end it here. All right. Who is missing from the top 4 list of most home runs from 2010 to 2019? We have Nelson Cruz with 346, this guy with 335, Giancarlo Stanton with 308, Albert Pujols with 290.
Can we just take a moment to acknowledge that Nelson Cruz led the decade in home runs, and yet he played for somebody different like every year?
Every year.
Like the guy didn't have a permanent home. He couldn't get a long-term contract. All he did was rake, though.
Yeah. Arenado is a good guess, not him.
Oh, that is a good guess.
Miggy Cabrera.
If only there was a parrot on this guy's shoulder, it'd be a giveaway.
Yep. And Miggy is a good guess, not Miggy. It is the Birdman, Edwin Encarnacion, for sure. Yep. Edwin Encarnacion. All right.
Another guy that was kind of underappreciated in his era.
Yeah, hidden in Toronto. That's just another guy hidden up there for sure.
Just hit a bunch of home runs and nobody knew.
And his brother, I think he was his brother, Juan Encarnacion, or they were cousins or something. He just made my all Juan team that I posted tonight. But if you remember, he had a career-ending injury on the on-deck circle. He got hit with that foul ball that went straight to his face.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that. Yes. That was awful. That was awful.
Brutal. Yeah.
Awful to watch.
Yep. Nice Dave the Fish. Edwin. Yep, is correct. All right, here we go. We got 5 questions to end it here. Who is the only pitcher to throw a shutout in 4 separate decades? And if you pay attention to this podcast at all or live or watch any of our live shows, you know exactly who this is.
I'm not even going to answer because it just doesn't seem right to answer. But everybody in the chat should be answering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Michael Simpson, Jamie Moyer. Yes, of course. Finally,
thank you.
And I put Jamie Moyer, of course, in parentheses there. Yeah, Thomas got it. Jamie Moyer. Yeah, nice job. Guy couldn't break a pane of glass with 60-mile-an-hour fastballs, but he was shutting teams out. Absolutely incredible. So, all right.
Still, the best commercial of all time, though, was him with his kilometer speed gun.
Yeah, it's so good. Wow, he likes this one. He just got it in. It says 97. Well, he just got it from out of the country. That's why. All right, here's the next one. It is more recent trivia, so good luck. Who are the only two players to have 3-hit games off Paul Skeens so far in his career?
Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure I know the Red Sox one because I saw that game. The Dodgers one, I'm not positive of. I thought it was Tommy Edman, but that is not Tommy Edman silhouette.
It's not Tommy Edman. It's not Mookie.
No, it's got to be Teoscar.
It is Teoscar Hernandez.
And then I'm pretty sure the Red Sox was Romy.
It is Romy. Yes, it is Teoscar Hernandez and Romy Gonzalez for sure.
Because Romy was like all of the Red Sox offense in that game against Skeens.
Yeah, he had 3 of the 5 hits.
Yeah,
So
he was it.
yeah, yep, absolutely. All right, next one. Which player has the most home runs before the trade deadline to eventually be traded that season?
It's your boy.
It is my boy, and I'm hoping that boy gets the Mariners to where they need to go because I'm pulling for that team hard. Like I want the Mariners, I want the Brewers to get to the promised land here at some point.
Yes. Amen.
At some point. It is Gino Suarez for sure.
Yeah. Because these are for sure D-backs colors.
Yeah. I don't really hide that very well there for sure. Yeah, Gino Suarez this year, 2025, coming off that 4-homer game and just 2 weeks of hitting home runs all over the ballpark. He's had a great year. So I hope he's enough. Him and Naylor are enough to get them over the hump, but we will see. All right, next one. Who are the only 2 Hall of Famers that have a 0 batting average?
So clearly pitchers.
Mm-hmm. But there are
Guys,
pitchers that have batting it. All the other Hall of Fame pitchers have batting averages.
But these are going to be like longtime American League guys that got like so few at bats that. But who?
I mean, one should be a no-brainer. It is Mariano. One is Mariano.
Oh, the guy on the one on the right is Mariano. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Carl
Who's the one on the...
is all over it.
Oh, nice. That is
Jack
absolutely
Morris.
Jack Morris.
Yes, Jack Morris.
Oh, good call.
Rivera. Dang, Carl. Crushed it.
Good call.
All right. This last one, if anybody pulls this name, I will be shocked. This one is a wild story, but here we go. Whose career was tragically cut short after being hit in the face? Let me start over. Whose career was tragically cut short after being hit in the face by a pitch in his first MLB at bat in 2005 as a member of the Cubs? He would later make a full comeback and have an at bat for the Marlins in 2012, where he struck out.
I have no idea.
Well, Carl's already got it in the chat.
Get out.
Adam Greenberg is absolutely correct. God dang, man. That is wild. I had never heard of this kid before, just saw the story, and I was like, man, that is, I mean, heartbreaking, first of all. First at bat, gets hit by a pitch in the face in 2005. 7 years later, comes all the way back and for one at bat. So he has 2 major league at bats. Well, really only one because he got hit by the pitch.
Yeah, he's got 2 plate appearances, 1 at bat.
Yep. So he is, yeah.
Wow.
So
That's
8 years
that's an
later for the Cubs.
impressive poll to get that name.
Yeah, Carl is on it. So Adam,
Wow.
yeah, he was a great prospect. He and Matt Merton were supposed to be the future of the Cubs. That's right, because
Oh,
you're
Matt Merton.
yeah, and he's a Cubs guy. I forgot Carl's a Cubs
Oh, of
guy. So
course.
yeah, of course we got that one. Yeah. Well, that was like us with what was it? Was it Ryan Westmoreland? Like he had a similar type of thing, right? Didn't he
Yes.
have something happen to him that derailed his career as well?
He did. I
But
don't remember what it was. But you
yeah,
had, Rizzo got cancer and that derailed it a little bit. Then they ended up trading him. You had Westmoreland. Wasn't he also cancer?
it it could have been. I can't remember.
Then you just had a bunch of other guys that didn't make it.
Yeah.
The Lars Andersons, the Ryan Lavarnaways of the world.
Lars Anderson was supposed to be like the next up and coming thing, and he just never panned out.
Rosny Castillo.
We don't even need to go there. That's crazy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so Westmoreland retired March 6, 2013, but it doesn't say anything in his wiki about I can't find it. It was something like that. It was either cancer or
Yeah, it was pretty serious.
Like that. Yeah. It was abnormal blood vessels on his brain stem. That's what it was. It was to do with his
that's
brain.
right. That's right. Brain issue. I remember now.
Yeah. And it was affecting his equilibrium and everything like that. So yeah. Crazy. But wow. All right. Well, that was an incredible poll. Nice job.
Yeah, impressed.
All right. So to end the show, I did want you guys to know about this. Crazy excited for this. So we are working with Nostalgic Baseball Geezer next Thursday to have a family feud night. So we have put together a whole bunch of surveys on our pages, on his pages, and we are taking the results. Probably shouldn't have told you that because that's where all the answers are. But what will happen is we will ask you a question. The top 5 answers will be on the board, and we will blank one of the top 5 answers out, and you have to come up with the name that is on that board. And if you do, you get points. Person with the most points after the game will be the winner. So this is going to be a 1 week and done. Originally, I was thinking about make it like a 3-week competition. But it's taken a little bit longer to put together than expected. So I think we're just going to do one big family feud night. But this is going to be absolutely incredible. This is going to be a fun time because we're going to be able to talk about these guys and these questions with Nostalgic Baseball Geezer. And it's going to be incredible. LFG, who's playing Steve Harvey? Dude, I might have to just shave my goatee and grow out my mustache. I shouldn't have shaved it. I trimmed it down today. I probably should have just left it and then just shaved it down. But I don't know.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, but this should be a lot of fun because, like I said, in between questions and waiting for your answers, having Justin on, it's going to be awesome to talk about how the survey turned out. It will be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know where you are, Dave the Fish. I'm guessing either the Atlantic or the Pacific. That would be my guess if you're a fish. It's 9 p.m. Eastern next Thursday. This is going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be a blast. And if you guys were here for the Jeopardy was a hit. I'm hoping this takes off too because this was fun. So I'm going to be publicizing this all week. Make sure you share it on your pages. Get the word out because this is going to be a lot of fun.
I absolutely cannot wait for this.
Yeah. This is going to be pretty epic. So 9 p.m. next Thursday. That being said, I don't have anything else. Harrison, do you have anything before we go?
No, no other news. Just I thought that 260 stat was pretty cool, so we already went over that. And otherwise, no, it's been a relatively quiet week, and I've got my bluey shirt on
I
for you,
love
and
it. I love it.
hanging out here at the resort down in Florida. So it's
What
been a good few days.
nice. What are you guys hitting up tomorrow?
I think tomorrow's going to be an Epcot day. We're going to go walk around the world and check some stuff out. So
Nice. Nice. That is awesome. All right. Well, Harrison is going to jump back on Sunday night, so he will be on location again. But so Sunday, 9 p.m., we'll recap the weekend series, any news that goes on there. Of course, we will have trivia and all of that. But that being said, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Hope the races stay exciting. They've been some great baseball to watch. So I am looking forward to this down the stretch because there's some races that are shaping up to be great ones.
yeah, some big games this weekend. Some teams that are right on the edge, trying to hang on. So it's
Yep,
getting tight. It's getting even the National League's getting a little tight, which we thought that race was going to be over. So got a lot of good baseball to watch.
absolutely. So again, we will be back on Sunday night, 9 p.m. We'll recap, have some trivia. Until then, have a good weekend, and we'll see you then.